All right, so this next set of exercises, we're going to be working our bicep and our tricep, those muscles around our elbow. I have 5 pounds. You can try working with your 2s or 5s, or if you want to try 8s. These are a little bit bigger muscles, so you can do a little bit heavier weight if you have them available. Otherwise, use the ones that are most comfortable for you, that you have with you. You can even use 2 water bottles or 2 bigger cans of soup, which is about 2 pounds. Okay, so starting with our bicep curl, we're gonna practice with a palm up movement. And I want you to keep those elbows tucked in next to your side. We're gonna curl up and back down, working on control. So up and then back down with control. Up and down with control. Good. 3. Good. We got 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. All right, now we're going to use just 1 dumbbell at a time. I find it's a little bit easier to keep the correct form. And we're going to do our tricep kickback. So you can use, if you have a countertop in front of you or a table or the back of a chair, you can put a little weight through that with one of your arms. And then the other hand, you want to make sure that your upper arm is basically parallel to your trunk. Okay, so you keep that elbow tucked in. And then what I want you to do is try to extend that arm so that elbow is straight, and then you let it bend again. Extend, and then you let it bend back to that 90-degree position. Good. So each time as you're kicking it back behind you, you're going to feel the back of your elbow and the back of the upper arm kicking in. Good. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then let's go ahead and repeat that same exact movement on the other side. So your arm is parallel with your trunk, and then you're going to extend that elbow out. I'm going to face the other direction so you can see me. So each time extend that elbow out, control back to 90 degrees. Good. 4. Good. Okay, we're going from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Hi guys, Maureen here. We're going to do a 15-minute strength routine for our upper body. Go ahead and grab weights that are comfortable for you. I suggest starting with maybe 2-pound weights for these shoulder exercises and 5-pound weights for our bicep and tricep exercises. I'm going to do the exercises with you now. We're going to start with our 2 weights in each hand. You want to make sure you have a nice wide base of support for stability. And the first exercise we're going to go through is called shoulder flexion. So nice big posture, squeeze those shoulder blades together. You're going to lift the weights up to about shoulder level and then nice and slow back down. We're going to practice this together, doing 15 in a row, slow and controlled movement every time you go up and down. Now, if you're noticing that you have to arch your back at all to try to get these weights up, you likely are trying to lift too much weight. So drop down your weight to a comfortable weight that allows you to feel like you have full control and you're not going to strain yourself. while doing this exercise. Good. Okay, we've got 5 more. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And rest. You can put your weights down if you need to in between our exercises, or you can keep a hold of them as we move into the next set of exercises. Next one is called shoulder abduction. That's lifting our arms out to the side. So this movement, again, you want that strong base, wide base of support with your legs. You're going to keep your elbows relatively straight, but you are allowed to bend those if you need to a little bit. As you bend your elbows a little bit more, you actually shorten the lever arm. So it gets a little easier if you have those elbows bent. So see if you're able to keep them straight initially. And then if it's too much, go ahead and bend those elbows. Okay, with me now, we're doing 15. Here we go. Lift up and down. Good. Up and down. So each time as you lift up, you should be lifting no higher than shoulder height. So as you lift up in that controlled movement, you go up to shoulder height or just below, and then nice and controlled as you come back down. Super important in this exercise is that you are squeezing those shoulder blades back as you perform this movement. Up and down. Up and down. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, good work, 3, 2, and 1. Good. The third exercise is shoulder extension. So for this one, I'm going to turn so you can see my posture. We want a hinged posture. So we're going to bend slightly at our hips and our knees, but I want you to keep your back flat. From here, you're going to keep those elbows straight and you're going to lift those weights behind you and then let those weights come back towards your hips. So you're trying to keep those elbows nice and straight as we lift back behind us, and then you come back to neutral right by your hips. Good. Lift back. Good. So you should feel the muscles on the back of your arms working, your triceps by your elbows, and then you're working your upper back muscles as well, and your lats, those lower back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Next exercise is our core exercise. We're going to hold on to that weight, both hands around the dumbbell. I'm using a 5-pound for this one. You can try your 2s, and if it's easy, go ahead and switch to the 5s. So we're going to start over by our left hip, and we're going to bring that weight up like we're throwing it over our right shoulder, and then bring it back down towards that hip. So we're doing a diagonal pattern with our arms, controlling that movement when you go up and especially when you come back down. Good. Down to the hip, up over the shoulder. Down to the hip, up over the shoulder. Good. So we're going to do 15 on each side. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, rest. Same movement, now we're going the other side. So we're gonna start on our right hip with that dumbbell. We're going up and across our body like we're throwing something over our shoulder, and then it comes back down towards that hip. So now we're doing the opposite side diagonal movement. And you're gonna feel the muscles in your abdomen working, especially your obliques, those muscles on the more on the side of our abdomen. Good. Control is really important. If you're going too fast and just using momentum, you won't get as much out of the exercise. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And rest.